And good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live and coming to you live today on this Indigenous Peoples Day live from Pope Francis Prep. Today, it is your Pope Francis Cardinals taking on the visiting Monument Mountain team, looking to spoil the Cardinals again after beating them just a couple of weeks ago by a score of 2-1. Hello, everyone. I'm AJ Gonzalez, the voice of the Cardinals, bringing you this live and exclusive action right here on Pope Prep. As today, it is the Pope Francis Cardinals looking to get back on the winning track of things and trying to take care of business after Pope Francis. They won their last game over the weekend against Chicopee Comp by a final score of 4-2. They look to take care of business. But before any of that, ladies and gentlemen, we have the next voice of the Cardinals sitting up here. We have found the one, the chosen one, to fill the shoes and say some big things here on the Pope Prep Network. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the freshman, the class of 27?
27,
okay,
correct.
class of 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Dominic Percy. Dominic, how are we doing tonight, man?
I'm doing quite fine, AJ. How are you doing?
So glad to have you up here. I'm glad that we found someone that can help out and take care of this burden, or not a burden, take care of this incredible job here at the Voice of the Cardinals. As we're ready and about to get set here on Pope Prep, what are you thinking tonight for boys soccer? How do you think they're going to look tonight, Dom?
I think Monument's going to play the same way they did a couple weeks ago. I think they're going to go and win this. However, Pope Francis is going to hopefully spoil their show and come out hard and ready to win.
Well, the great thing about home field advantage is that. Home field advantage. Pope Francis, we're going to start this game, folks. Pope Francis trying to win this game, trying to split the season series here with the visitors and trying to take care of business at home. Coming up, we've got the rosters coming right now exclusively on Pope Prep. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pope Francis as tonight, your Pope Francis Cardinals take on the visiting Monument Mountain. Now first, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the visiting Monument Mountain starting roster.
At forward, the senior, number 21, Irving Henderson. At midfielder, the senior, number 6, Sam Higa. In goal, the senior, number 95, Marco Kaniko. The midfielder, the junior, number 11, Hudson Mazzoloni. At midfield, the junior, number 2, Christian Blanchard. At midfielder, the junior, number 4, Mac Zazarski. On D, the junior, number 20, Declan Logan. On D, number 13, Sean Sicarbo. At D, number 12, Owen Heck. At midfield, number 10, Oliver Curtis. And on defense, number 3, Mason Whiteman. The coaches are Matt Navity and Brendan Heck.
Ladies and gentlemen, the visiting Monument Mountain starting roster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your Pope Francis Cardinals. Wearing number 7, the junior midfielder, Ryan Davis. At midfield and wearing number 14, the junior, Nick Dias. The junior back, wearing number 25, Andrew Ferreira. The freshman back, wearing number 24, Braden Fitzgerald. At midfield and wearing number 11, the junior, Sam Graham. At back and wearing number 16, the sophomore, Joseph Orzalak. The senior back wearing number 18, Bryce Ross. The midfielder wearing number 6, the junior, Owen Turmel. And the junior forward wearing number 9, Ryan Vidovelli. Wearing number 10, the senior midfielder, Wade Weggerson. And last but not least, the senior keeper, wearing number 1, Keegan Sears. The team manager for your Cardinals is Logan Magini. The assistant coach is Rob Cicero. And the head coach of your Cardinals is Mark Richards. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to ask you all, please rise and remove your caps and direct your attention to the American flag, located near our scoreboard for this afternoon's playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and enjoy the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about set and ready to begin today. Keegan Sears, the starting keeper for the Pope Francis Cardinals, coming back from an injury. How about that? Agwam, he got hurt in that game a couple weeks ago. He's back here today for the Pope Francis Cardinals this afternoon on this Monday in October. It's beautiful, folks. Fall weather. It's the best kind of weather, too, for Pope Francis soccer. We know the fall season's here when the leaves are starting to change colors and starting to get a little colder outside. What do you think, Dom?
I think you hit the hammer on the nail.
Hammer on the nail. That's perfect. I already like this guy. He's going to be a good one for the Pope Francis Cardinals. So I'm pretty sure the Cardinals lost a toss, and I keep saying Mount Greylock. I got to stop. Monument Mountain, rather. There we go. I'm saying it right now. They're going to start with possession in this one, folks. Are you ready? Are you buckled in? It's Monday afternoon football on Pope Prep. The Cardinals and Monument Mountain ready to do battle. And net today for Monument Mountain. Here, you want to give us a little rundown here, Dom, on the Monument Mountain keeper?
I'd love to. We have the senior Marco Kaneko starting for Monument.
So Marco Kaneko coming into this game for Monument Mountain. Again, the Monument Mountain team, they look pretty good versus Pope Francis in that 2-1 win. And leading the way really was the keeper there, the Mr. Marco.
Yes, Mr. Marco had 26 saves in their 2-1 win over Pope Francis Prep a couple weeks ago.
Curious to see what he does today.
Be very interesting.
So it'll be the visitors starting with possession. The music will stop. Here we go. It is soccer time on Pope Prep. Glad to have you with us. AJ Gonzalez, voice of the Cardinals, alongside you. Dominic Percy, future voice of the Cardinals, alongside with you. And here we go. We are set to begin kickoff at Pope Francis. It's a windy day today, windy fall day. Teams, I talked to Coach Richards beforehand for this game. They're ready and prepared to play in this windy conditions. Andy Ferrero at the header is going to try to move it over the dais, but it will hit out of bounds. It'll be Monument Mountain possession.
Declan Logan tossing it in to Sam Higa.
Higa tried to do something there. Yeah, you're right. Dias will take it back. He's got it over to Orzelak. Orzelak looking for Dias, but eventually it went out of bounds. It'll still be Monument Mountain possession. Cardinals looking for some defense. They're going to get it with Wegerson. Wade Wegerson, one of the leaders on this team, again, missed his entire junior season. Opted out, did not play. Played a sophomore season, played pretty good for the Cardinals. Coming back this year, he's been a presence at midfield. Cardinals will try to move it over here to Ryan Vitavelli, who admires Erling Haaland the most on his game. And Vitavelli will let it sail out of bounds. It'll be the first corner of this game, and it'll be none other than Ryan Davis taking the corner kick for Pope Francis. Ryan Davis this year has just been an absolute stud for the Pope Francis Cardinals. He has come back this year, and he's been a totally different man for Pope Francis. He'll take the corner here, admiring in the footsteps of old seniors in the past, such as Cody Martins. Here comes the corner from Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis with 9 goals in his start.
Yep, 9 goals in the start to the season. You're right on there. As Vitavelli tried to get going, but he couldn't. He's going to bounce here to Joe Orzelak. Orzelak there to make the play on the 30-yard line. He'll ship back to the 40. Perfect pass over to Bryce Russ. Russ takes it in and slides it over to Ferreira. Ferreira's just going to look around, try to create space. He finds his man. That's Ryan Davis at midfield, finding Wegerson back. Wegerson up to Orzelak it goes. Joe Orzelak, one of the leaders on this team, one of the quickly emerging leaders on this team, as it'll head out of bounds again.
Logan tossing it in now.
So it's a good opportunity here for Monument Mountain, but again, folks, I can't begin to say it enough. Dominic Percy, the future voice of the Cardinals, can't believe we're having him here. Sam Graham's going to try to fire in a shot, but calm me down there. That's going to be a tough one to say. What do you think there, Mr. Percy? I think Marco Kunaninko. Kunaninko? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Kunaninko, yep.
Kunaninko, we got that one right.
Yep.
That's a brutal last name. Again, something we do here at Pope Prep Productions, Mr. Dom, since you're just learning now, the pronunciation checker. I always go on it usually once or twice every week just to, make sure my pronunciations are good and I can get more practice with pronunciations and names as well. As Wegerson's going to try to move it back, he has his man Andy Ferreira. Andy Ferreira, the big junior back, moving over to Bryce Russ. Russ coming back into the lineup. He was hurt for the last few times that we saw this Cardinal team in the past few weeks. First game of this week. Last week was a light workload for us at Pope Prep. We only had one game to commentate. Now this week, this is our only game on the slate here. That's at home on this turf. It's going to kick back to Vito. Ryan Vito was aiming for the field goal post and not the net. Goes over the net. 36:58 to go in the opening half. So, Dom, you like to do baseball, right? So you play hockey, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so hockey player. Then you play baseball too, or
I do not play baseball.
So you just like baseball. Okay, that's cool. So this guy's going to be helping us out here at baseball and maybe hockey when he can, right?
Yes, I will
good. Okay, cool. Glad we can have him on board here on Pope Prep Productions. As it'll be Monument Mountain with a strong midfield presence. They'll try to work it around. Here and shaking and baking is Monument Mountain. They have it. Trying to work it out of their own zone. Davis will try to give them a run for their money. And eventually Nick Dias will try to get there. It was Declan Logan. His pass got picked off by Wegerson. Here's the big Wegs. Wegerson, a hockey player as well, trying to find something going. Here's Dias. Nick Dias trying to go. Finds Ryan Vito, and Vito is subbed out away. Then eventually Monument Mountain will take it the other way. Good play from Monument Mountain in their own end, but they just turn it right back over to the Pope Francis Cardinals. Well, almost 5 minutes through this one, or actually 4 rather. And you got to like the start here for Pope Francis and Coach Mark Richards, leading these guys out here for this season. Done a good job with Pope Francis, sitting comfortably with a 7-3-1 record in the Churchill division. As Andy Ferrero is going to take it. Andy looking around, creating space. He finds his man. It's Bryce Russ. Russ, such a difference maker on the back end. And Dom can tell you that too. Bryce makes a huge difference on the back end as well.
Yes, he does, AJ.
Cardinals looking for it. They've got Vitavelli. Ryan Vito trying to do something there. He's going to head out of bounds. We're going to get our first look at assistant coach Rob Cicero. He'll take a seat back on the bench. It was great today to have our new voice of the Cardinals here, Don, getting ready and accustomed to things. He's kind of taking a shadow day here today at Pope Francis, and then the broadcasting crew, getting to see what it's like here, doing some commentary for us potentially this year. I think he likes it thus far. I think it's the first time I did it, I was so stressed, and I never really told anybody this story until now. I was so stressed to the point where I was just crazy, because it was one of those nights where the game was at 7 o'clock. It was my first time ever doing this, or it was something like that.
Yep.
And I remember there was like a sea of kids right before these bleachers right here, and I couldn't see the field. I mean, the glass, we have big, I think it's 6 pieces of windows, 6 window glasses here that let us see the field. They were blocked. There were literally kids standing from all the way over there to there in the press box. Literally the entire view of the press box was blocked off. For a minute, I wanted to go on the roof, but I was so stressed. But Dom's handling it like a champ. His first time here at Pope Prep, or not the school, but just the YouTube network here, as Orzelak with a little shake and bake on the sidelines. He'll try to find something, but eventually Monument Mountain will take it back. Doing a great job, taking good notes. Even said the Monument Mountain roster before. Not really familiar with the names. Neither I wasn't, so I was like, hey, Dom, you take it. It's all you, man. You got it.
Yep.
You did good. Seemed like the crowd liked it, too. Like a little change in voice. Tired of hearing the same old voice from me, as that's going to be an offside there. And that's worrisome danger zone for Keegan Sears, who had a bit of an injury off a similar play like that against Agawam. Got a cleat to the face. And he had missed some time, missed a couple weeks for these Cardinals. Chattel had to fill in the hole. Chattel is not on the bench today for Pope Francis, meaning he's at the JV game. So with Sears back, they figure they can send Chattel down to the grass field and have him play there. Andy Ferrer is going to boot us back into play. Cardinals looking for it, trying to find it was Sam Graham. Monument Mountain trying to get there, but Sam Graham will try to fight back for it. Sends a man down. Ref doesn't like what he sees from Sam Graham.
Sam Graham's been playing soccer for 10 years. This is his third season playing for Pope. Maybe he'll have another year playing for Pope next year.
Yep, so Sam Graham, junior season, big one for him, Southwick resident. I always get people with that one. His favorite player, Alex Morgan. That's a uncommon one. I mean, I was just looking at the list before the game of some of their favorite players. Ronaldo, Messi, Holland, Mbappe. Those are the typical ones.
Neymar.
Neymar. Alex Morgan is on that list, and that's good to see, too, as Davis sends a man flying, and we get our first taste of the turf of this game. So
what's also good to see is this is his third season on the varsity roster.
That's right. He's been a great player for Pope Francis, a great find for Mark Richards. They knew it right away. They had something with him. They kept him on the bench for the majority of his freshman season, but they've let him play here the last 2 years, and he's been A-OK for the Cardinals, coming in various spots and helping them out and winning games. Monument Mountain has it. Trying to work it up the field. 32 and change to go, opening half. Just getting ready, just getting started in this one. Reminder, folks, to like this content and subscribe to our channel. We're producing the finest and unique content anywhere on the high school sports scene, so no matter where you are and however you may be listening, we thank you. Nick Dias has it for Pope. He'll chip it back. Orzelak. Joe Orzelak with a shake and bake. Orzelak back to Dias. Dias sweeping it over to Ferreira. Andy looking inside, trying to find his man, the Ginger Ninja, Ryan Vitavelli. Vitavelli, a baseball player and a basketball player as well. So Mr. Percy's going to be able to see him play baseball this year. As meanwhile here, it's Monument Mountain. Trying to work it in on Ferreira, but the combination of Ferreira and Orzelak, like a tag team, got back there in the nick of time. Monument will have to work it the other way. In this game, starting out as advertised here, and it's a blunder from Ferreira. Here comes Monument Mountain on the right wing, trying to center one out in front. Davis trying to get back there. The shot here, it's a sweeper, but it goes right into the arms of Keegan Sears. It was a good opportunity there for Monument Mountain. I believe that was Max Zadarsky, right?
Yes,
yep,
that was.
Yep, Max Zadarsky, one of the leaders on the Monument Mountain team, firing in a shot, but Sears was up to the task. He makes the save, and play rolls on. 31 minutes to go, opening half. We're flying along on Pope Prep. That one's going to hit out of bounds. It'll be Pope possession, and Orzelak will throw in. Termel looking for space. It's going to hit out of bounds. Monument Mountain kicking it that way. Good opportunity here for Pope Francis. Orzelak throwing it in. Finds Ryan Davis. Davis, a big Manchester United fan. Likes Wayne Rooney.
Playing soccer for 12 years.
12 years. That's crazy. As Sam Graham's going to try to fire one here, but the cover-up's going to be made. I mean, focusing in on Ryan Davis here, I mean, he's been off to a great start this season for the Pope Francis Cardinals, taking really a leadership role. Although there's not a C on his chest or he's not wearing the captain's armband today, he's been a key player for the Pope Francis Cardinals this season. With 9 goals, and the goal output this year has just been crazy. You know, a lot of talk about him. You know, Jude Bellingham for Real Madrid has just been scoring like crazy from the midfield position for Real Madrid, and Ryan Davis is getting similar numbers here with Pope Francis from the midfield position. So it's good to see that Pope Francis has found a stud midfielder for years to come. Joe Orszalak is going to play this one in. Big Tottenham Spurs fan, Mr. Joe is. There's the free kick from Joe. Trying to find Vitavelli. It's blocked away. And we'll roll out of bounds. No, Monument Mountain will try to play it in, but it'll just go back to Pope Francis, getting our first looks at Braden Fitzgerald, the freshman, back. Fitzgerald gets snow-coned, however, and here comes Monument Mountain taking it the other way. Bryce Russ with the speed will try to get back there, and he'll try to use his body as well. Monument Mountain working it down the left wing, but Bryce says that's enough and kicks it out of bounds. Throw-in coming in for Monument Mountain. Matt Walsh getting ready to come in on the sidelines. He's running down and up and down the field, getting his little warm-up run in. As the Cardinals will take it the other way. Ryan Davis. Davis to Dias. Nick Dias. Trying to shake and bake his way through some defenders, but that was a nice play they made there by Monument Mountain. I believe that was Mason Whiteman making the play. Orszalak able to get it back for Pope. Ferreira. Over to Termel. Termel over to Davis. Davis back to Andy. Here's Andy. He'll just change direction and find Orszalak again. Orszalak with time. Back to Ferreira. Ferreira to Orszalak. Joe Orszalak having a hard time handling it there in front of Coach Mark Richards. Heads out of bounds and a pop out of bounds. It will be visitors' possession. So what do you think about the start of this game, Dom? I mean, Pope Francis, these two teams, feels like a heavyweight battle. Seems like an evenly matched game here thus far. I mean, Pope Francis has had more chances, but what do you think, Dom? What have you seen thus far here in these first few minutes?
I think Pope has had more offensive pressure. However, Monument has managed to get a couple shots on net. It'd be interesting to see how the next couple of minutes plays out between the possession.
Yep, and possession, I think thus far it's been majority Pope possession. I think you would agree with me there.
Yes.
I think if Pope Francis here can just get a good chance going, it'll be interesting to see what they can do, as Cardinals are going to have some more activity on the bench, getting ready and warmed up down there. As the Cardinals will look forward here. Trying to find it is Wegerson. He'll just head out of bounds and he'll get the throw in. He'll plead his case as to where to put it. Okay, referees changed their mind. Well, that was sudden. A little confusion on the field. Going to be Monument Mountain possession, but they lose it quick. Here's Ryan Davis. Davis looking for goal number 10. Dias trying to get there as well. Dias trying to create some havoc. He does. Here's Nick Dias on the left wing trying to fire in a shot. He gets bruised down to the turf there by Declan Logan. Logan making a statement on the back end for Monument Mountain. It'll be a whistle here. I think we're going to get our second corner of the game. So corner kick coming in for Ryan Davis. I'm just kind of looking here for goal number 10 on the season. I can't believe I'm saying that for a midfielder. Extremely uncommon at the high school level. Ryan Davis, second year with the Pope team, transfer from Belchertown. Trying to fire in a shot of the Cardinals, but it's going to go just to the left of the net. Matt Walsh ready to come in. Has the penny off. And trying to teach Dom here along the way on how we do things. So, again, we got to say the sub, too. So I'll take care of that. And we leave our mics on, and I'll just go on the big mic, too. Just, again, doing a teaching lesson today and also commentating for you. It's a new heights for me. Caleb Gilmet, Matt Zenda alongside me today, alongside us as well. Doing a great job with the camera thus far and the stats board, as Fitzgerald will try to get there. Going to head out of bounds, and we're going to get our first looks at Matt Walsh. He's coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the sophomore midfielder number 5, Matt Walsh. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the junior number 14, Nick Dias. So, Matt Walsh on. the sophomore. They're going to put him at a wing. They're going to put him on the left wing. Nick Diaz coming off. Little sun here on the pitch now. Like half sun, I'd think, and half shade. Extremely difficult when you're a player out there. If you're in the shaded part of the field or the sunny part of the field, especially on those long balls right there, that's going to be a little tough to find them. Sam Graham, I think, got bothered by the sun there. Monument Mountain has it. Looking around, they are. Cardinals still trying to get there. It's going to head out of bounds. Off of Monument Mountain, it's going to be Braden Fitzgerald's possession. Bryce Russ. Russ having a hard time handling it. He was on a UMass tour with me the other day. That was funny to see Bryce there. Wasn't expecting it. Turnover here from Pope Francis. Matt Walsh will get back there in the nick of time. But Monument Mountain, speed and attack, and look out here. It's a bad break. Orzelak getting back there, making the nice play, and Fitzgerald will clear away. Big play from Joe Orzelak, just eliminated a goal. Monument Mountain gets it back, though. Trying to work it down the left wing, but the referee's hand goes up. Would have been a goal, but offside is called. Monument Mountain playing with a short bench compared to Pope Francis. Only, let me see, 7 people on the bench as to Pope Francis. They've got 8. Thought it was a lot shorter than that but pregame, but I think their bench players were still on the turf when I looked over at the bench. So, fool me once, shame on me. Vitavelli trying to get there for Pope. Ryan Vitavelli with a nice play for the Cardinals. West Springfield resident.
Vitavelli also used to play hockey when he was younger. A nice transition to soccer to keep up with his conditioning.
You know, I knew many things about the Vitavelli experience there. I did not know he played hockey, as that was funny. Oh, my gosh. 2 Monument Mountain players run into each other. Doish! They go right into each other. Man, oh, man. Monument Mountain, not sure what was going on there. But go ahead, Tom. Finish your statement. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to interrupt you. Just really funny for me.
Yeah, he used to play. He played hockey when he was younger. Must not have worked out, and now he's been playing soccer for 13 years.
So he looks like he's been playing soccer 13 years. Again, when you wear that number 9, you're at Pope Francis. It means you're pretty good. And he's doing good things today at the 9 spot for Pope Francis. Is Davis. He gets kicked back to Ferreira here. Ferreira, perfect rolling pass to midfield. He finds his man. It's Russ. Russ, OT, Owen Termel, over to Andy. Andy to Orzelak. Orzelak with space. He'll try to find his man Vito, but it's going to go down the field. It's going to get kicked down to Ferreira. Here's Andy. Andy looking around. Davis trying to get there, trying to make the play. Walsh looking for it as well. Matt Walsh looking for it. Trying to get there. Wegerson will try to giddy up over there, but eventually it'll be Monument Mountain kicking it down the field the other way. To Orzelak with a nice header. Monument Mountain has it. They're going to look for a long ball, but Orzelak gets there with the speed, and he'll kick away, and he'll fire a perfect pass. What a nice pass from Orzelak to Termel. Here's Owen Termel trying to do something, but eventually we're going to get a whistle. Free kick coming in. It'll be Sears catching it with a cannon corner. That was a little unnecessary there. Sears is down. Hope he's okay. They can't afford to lose him again. I think we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage from the official. Hope Sears is okay. Official's going to have a word with the Monument Mountain player. It's going to be a free kick for Ferreira. Clock rolling. Or actually, rather, it stopped at 21:32 at the little timeout for an injury. But we will roll on Pope Prep. Referee says we're good to go. Ferreira to Vito. Vito goes past his head. Sam Graham looking for it. Ryan Vito still trying to get there. It's going to hit out of bounds. It'll be Fitzgerald throwing it in when he's ready. And we've got a sub. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the freshman wearing number 30, Gavin Grandma. Coming off the field for your Pope Francis Cardinals, the junior, number 11, Sam Graham. So Grandma on, Sam Graham off. Cardinals looking for it, trying to create some havoc there, was Ryan Vitavelli. I thought that was going to be an easy cover-up for Monument Mountain, but Vito, the Ginger Ninja, came in from nowhere, didn't give up on the play, and made it a little difficult for Monument Mountain. But they are able to get it back. They control it down the field. They have it. Matt Walsh trying to create some havoc, and he has it. Here's Walsh looking up, finds his man, Wegerson. Here's Wade with speed. Wade galloping to the 20-yard line. Wade kicks it back, finds Vito. Perfect pass from Legs. Vito leaving it off, trying to find Davis again. Here's Ryan. Ryan Davis looking for goal number 10. Davis kicking back. Davis to Termel. Here's OT. Owen Termel. Over to Orzelak. Slowly but surely it does. Orzelak with a perfect pass to Vito. Here's Ryan. Orzelak's on his game today. Vito looking around, trying to fire a shot, but that one is way too high. And it goes over the right side of the net. All right, Dom, we're about halfway through this first half. What are we thinking here? It's getting a little cloudy. Might be a little cloudy now for Monument Mountain too. But what are we thinking? What's the view from the analysts today?
Pretty cloudy day. Very little sunlight coming through the clouds. Rather gloomy, cold day for fall.
Fair enough. As Davis will try to fire in a shot. What do you think about on the field though? What do you think about Pope Francis? Think they're going to hang on and win this game? I mean, 0-0. The first goal is probably going to win it. What do we think?
I think at the past 16 minutes, Pope has had most of the pressure. Monument, aside from the one shot on net, and Hudson Maloney running into the goalkeeper. Other than that, as Pope keeps their shots on net, they should have this game in the bag.
Pope Francis has an endangered territory here for Monument Mountain, but not for long, as Russ is going to have to get it back the other way, and he has it. The 25-yard line. Russ going to kick it back to Sears. Here's Keegan Sears. Going to try to kick it down the field. He seemingly answered all questions about if the team was going to miss Trulio. He's fitting in A-OK with this team. It's going to be a bridge year for him. His only year on playing keeper for this varsity squad. As Wegerson, a perfect touch pass to Vito. Vito trying to find Wegerson again, who netted his first goal against Chicopee Comp over the weekend. Here's Andy Ferreira over to Orzelak. So Orzelak over to Matt Walsh. Walsh kicking it back to Ferreira. Ferreira over to Orzelak. Here's Joe. Joe trying to do something here, but eventually he's going to roll out of bounds. Brandon Nguyen getting ready to come into the game for the Cardinals. And he is going to come in. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the senior number 15, Brandon Nguyen. Coming off the field for your Pope Francis Cardinals, the junior number 6, Owen Termel. So Termel off. Brandon Nguyen on. Brandon Nguyen, I mean, there was a little bit of a lapse for him. He missed 5 chances in the last game we saw. It was just a setup, and he just couldn't get it done 5 times. But today for Pope Francis, he'll look to get it done. I believe he's starting out today as a midfielder. We'll see how that goes. It's a free kick for Monument Mountain. They're going to try to run with the pace of play, but eventually they'll hold off. They'll probably try to boot it down the field. They will. Nguyen trying to get back there and look out here. It could be troublesome. Almost a goal for Monument Mountain, but they couldn't stuff it home. It was a good opportunity there for Monument Mountain. Tell me who that was there, Mr. Dom?
That was number 6, Sam Higgett, that
Okay.
gave the goaltender
Keegan Sears. Yeah, Keegan Sears, yep.
a little trouble.
Yeah. Sears doing A-OK thus far. Both goalies on both sides doing nice thus far, doing good work today for their respective clubs. Cardinals looking for it. Monument Mountain has it, but not for long. Fitzgerald able to work it over to Wegerson. Wegerson leaving it off. Davis to Nguyen. Here's Nguyen over to Davis. Davis kicking back. Walsh trying to fire on the forward on the board, but no. On the floor and not on the board. Or the Pope Francis Cardinals there. 16:25 to go, opening half. Goal kick coming in. It's a high beaming kick into the head of Bryce Russ. Hang time on that one was about 20 seconds. Nguyen looking for it. Brandon Nguyen at midfield. It's snow cone again. Ferreira moving it around. Finds Wegerson. Wegerson trying to chip it up. Looking for Gavin Grandmont down the field. and eventually it'll be Pope Francis possession, and they'll try to work it in the other way. 15:50 to go. And glad to have you with us. Dom Percy, future voice of the Cardinals, joining me today, along with Caleb Gilmet and Matt Zenda, doing the work today on the camera and stats board, doing a great job. Yeah, I mean, Dom, if you ever have any questions about the Pope Francis Cardinals being the voice, just let me know. I got you. I'm always right here for you, man. We got you going. We're going to probably give Dom some, we're going to start assigning him maybe some games here in the future.
Yep.
See if he can do it alone, without me. I think he absolutely can.
Maybe a couple of softball or baseball games.
There we go.
Hockey games if I can catch them.
Yeah. As Bryce Russ has it here for Pope Francis. Russ over to Wegerson. Here's Wade. Wade, perfect pass. Vito leaving it off, trying to find Wade Wegerson. That was an excellent pass from Vito, but at Monument Mountain just got their cleats in there. As Walsh will look for it again. Nick Dye is starting to get ready to go back into the game on the sidelines. Wegerson looking for it. Davis trying to bring some midfield presence. And eventually the Cardinals will have to get back as Monument Mountain taking possession again. Cardinals looking for it here. Having a hard time. Vito trying to find it. Nice play by Monument Mountain. Orszlak trying to get there. Monument Mountain looking for it. They have it. Trying to work it down the field they are. Possession here. And there'll be an offside call. And the whistle will blow. Owen Terrell getting ready to come back into this one. It's going to be a free kick first. Chilly day. Fans wearing the jackets already. We told you last week, enjoy the hot and the warm weather while you have it, because soon it will be gone. I think we're about to approach that stage in the New England calendar where the cold weather comes in and we say adios to the nice tropical weather, to say the least. Termel getting ready to come back in. Long lineage of Termels that have played Pope Francis soccer and Pope Francis sports in general. Owen Termel apparently just next up on the list. Walsh over to Wegerson. There's Wade. Wade trying to find Walsh. Vito will get there, finds Wegerson. Wegerson trying to fire a shot. Takes a tumble to the turf. It'll head out of bounds. Sub coming in for Pope. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the junior, number 6, Owen Termel. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the senior, number 15, Brandon Nguyen. So Nguyen off. Termel back on. 12:47 to go. We're flying along here today on Pope Prep. Russ looking around, trying to find Davis. Davis trying to get back there. Cardinals will look for it. Ferrero trying to get there. Fitzgerald will take it in. Fitzgerald will just let it roll out of bounds. Smart play. Vito. Ryan Vitavelli. Looking upfield. Finds Wade Wegerson. Perfect pass. Wegs trying to fire a shot. Big save is made by Monument Mountain. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. Good opportunity. Vitavelli has been setting up players all year long, but Wegerson can't cash in on the opportunity. That was a good opportunity there, Dom. He looked excited, Dom. Did he flew back in his chair? I was like, it was a great moment. Would have been a great goal for Wegerson. Would have been his second of the year. Had a goal this weekend as Wegerson will chip it back. He'll find Termel. Termel kicking it over. Finds Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking for Vitavelli. Vitavelli trying to get there. Ferreira has it. He'll use the header. Kick it over to Bryce Russ. Russ. Back to Fitzgerald it goes. Vitavelli looking for it still. Monument Mountain trying to take it the other way, and Vitavelli will get taken down to the turf along with a Monument Mountain player. No call. We're going to get a whistle offsides, and we're going to get subs coming in for Pope Francis momentarily. This we're going to get a free kick. Next play on the boundary, we'll get in Sam Graham and Nick Dias. All right, Dom, what do we think about being the next voice of the Cardinals so far? It seems like a lot, but I think you're going to do good. I'm telling you. What do you think?
I hope that it will be successful over the next couple of years, and I will enjoy it a long time.
There you go. There you go. Davis looking for it. It's going to head all the way down the field. Sears take it in. Still waiting for a play on the boundary here so we can get Graham and Dias into this game. Trammell goes over to Davis. Davis to Russ. Russ. Andy Ferreira. Ferreira back to Russ. Russ with speed and space. Russ creating it over to Trammell. Here's OT. Owen Trammell trying to get there, but he takes a tumble onto the turf. Cardinals trying to get back. Monument Mountain trying to work it in the other way on the right wing. Close play near the boundary. Nice slide tackle from Trammell. I think we're finally going to see our subs coming in. Or will it be a free kick? I think they're going to be awarded a free kick here. Big moment in this game. Can Monument Mountain strike first on the road? 9:30 to go, opening half. The moments we live for here on Pope Prep. Dom's starting to smile. He likes it. Big free kick. Cardinals looking for it. Big header from Owen Trammell, and it'll get kicked away. Vito going to try to look to get the Monument Mountain defense on a snooze. Vito looking for it, but eventually it's going to get played back to the keeper from Monument Mountain. He'll try to scramble and fire it to the right side. Walsh will use the header, and it goes perfectly into the cleats of Orzelak. Orzelak, nice pass to Weggs. Here's Wegerson with a toe drag swag. Wade Wegerson. Weggs looking around, trying to finish, and he can't. It'll head out of bounds, but it will still be good for a corner as Sam Graham and Nick Dias are going to come in. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the juniors, number 14, Nick Dias, and number 11, Sam Graham. Coming out the field for your Pope Francis Cardinals, the freshman, number 30, Gavin Grandmont, and the senior, number 10, Wade Wegerson. So Wegerson and Grandmont off, Dias and Graham on. Corner kick coming in. Third of the game for the Cardinals. First of the game for Walsh. Cardinals with a header. It was Ryan Vitavelli who almost put it in, but he could not. It was a good opportunity for Pope Francis, but again, no cash in. Just a difficult outing here tonight for the Pope Francis Cardinals. What do we think? Dom, can they score in this first half? I think that's the question we got to start asking here.
I think if they sustain a little pressure, a little more pressure than they've had, get a couple more shots on net, they could obviously give the goaltender Marco Kaneko a little trouble. Maybe he'll fumble it, give a slight rebound, and give themselves the lead.
Yeah. I think if they can just stay with where they are, I think something's going to break here. The possession, it's just out of control right now. Pope Francis had the majority of the possession in this opening half. So if things continue to stay the way they are, Pope Francis can take the lead. They're going to need some more shots. They're going to need someone to come up big for the Cardinals. It's Davis. Ryan Davis. Davis looking around. Finds his man. It's Ryan Vito. Vito looking. Finds Dias. Dias over to Davis. Ryan Davis trying to fire a shot. Gets blocked away. And eventually it'll head out of bounds. Pope will still have possession here. Joe Orzelak. Big Harry Kane fan is Mr. Orzelak as it goes back to Russ. Bryce Russ. Kicking it over to Ferreira. Here's Andy Ferreira. To Fitzgerald. It goes. Here's Braden leaving it off to Nick Dias. Dias in a fight for it, but he gives it over to Graham. Sam Graham. It deflects off a Monument Mountain player and heads out of bounds. Will be Pope Francis possession. Final moments here of this first half, or final minutes rather, 6 change to go. Russ taking it in. Russ looking down the field, trying to find. That was a little tongue twister there, a little, but I'm back. Here we go. As Dias is taken down to the turf, he's holding his knee. Hope he's okay. Davis looking for it. Trammell trying to get there. Cardinals trying to get it back. They do. It's Dias. Dias to Vito. Vito trying to break through, and that should be a free kick. It is. all day long decision for the officials down there. Clock will continue to roll, and it's going to be the biggest moment of the game. Free kick coming in, and guess who's going to take it? It's going to be Ryan Davis. Davis with 9 goals this season. Dom, does he have goal 10 in him here?
I think if the shot's on net, clean and hard, he has 10 for him this season.
Davis trying to fire a shot. Oh, and it goes just over the net. Good opportunity for Pope Francis. No cash in. Ryan Davis, it was going to be a perfect hanging, well, drifting to the left post, but eventually it just went over the net. Not enough for the Cardinals to take the 1-0 lead. And we will play on with a 0-0 tie. Desmond Davis on the sideline getting ready to come into this game. For Pope Francis, Wade Wegerson also ready to come back in. Ferreira with the header. I'll move it over to Dias. Dias trying to find Walsh. Going to get kicked around. Orzelak will take it in, and it'll head out of bounds. We're going to get those subs onto the field. Here? No, we're not. Referee will insist they play on. Monument Mountain has it. Trying to play near the boundary. They'll work toward the middle of the midfield area. Sam Graham will take it. Graham over to Ferreira. Here's Andy looking for it. It's going to head out of bounds. The subs are ready to come in. See when the official decides to let them come onto the field here. Waiting on something. 4:26 to go, opening half. Coming up, folks, we've got the Cardinal halftime report. We'll bring it to you live here from the press box. AJ Gonzalez and Dominic Percy will break down what we saw here in this opening half and look forward to the second half. It's all coming up. Stay tuned. Halftime report on Pope Prep. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, number 23, Desmond Davis, and the senior number 10, Wade Wegerson. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the freshman number 24, Braden Fitzgerald, and the junior number 9, Ryan Vitavelli. So Vitavelli, who's had a very productive first half, and will be another one for him. Had many productive first halves as a Cardinal. Cardinals looking forward here. It's going to be a cover-up and a save made. By the visitors in Monument Mountain. Pope Francis looking for it. They have it. It's Ryan Davis. Davis looking around at midfield. Trying to scamper through. He'll kick it back here to Orzelak. Here's Joe. Big Joe looking over. Looking around. Finds Wegerson. Here's Wade. Wade looking. Trying to fire on a shot. And it goes to the left of the net. Good opportunity for Pope Francis. No cashing again. Russ over to Dias. Dias back to Graham. Sam Graham looking for it. 2:25 to go. Really running along in this opening half. It's going to be a whistle here. Davis tried to get there. It'll be a free kick coming in. Cardinals looking for it here. It'll be Desmond Davis taking it. 1:50 to go. Cardinals just trying to keep this a 0-0 result heading into the half. Be big for them if they could do that. For Mount Greylock, you got to be sitting here thinking, when are we going to get some opportunities? This could be it here. Russ trying to get back there. He does. We haven't seen much of their main man. Not Mount. Jeepers creeps. Man, oh man, I am struggling. I don't know why. I just keep confusing Mount Greylock with the Monument Mountain. Not sure why. The Monument and Mount, I don't know. Here's Dias. Nick Dias. Dias, Wegerson trying to put it in. It was a good opportunity, but eventually he could not strike. Missed chance again for Wade Wegerson. Could have 3 goals in this opening half if things bounced his way, but eventually it heads out of bounds. It'll be Monument Mountain possession. Good opportunity there for Wade Wegerson. Again, Wegerson scored his first goal over the weekend. Had a productive year for Pope Francis. Cardinals looking for it here. 43 seconds to go. Cardinals have to get back on defense. Look out. That could be a trickler. It's going to fall through. No! It's the post. Rebound. They score! Oh, no. 35 seconds to go. Troublesome break for Pope Francis. How about that goal from the visitors? Troublesome break. Yep. Milo, how do you say that?
Milo
Potowski.
Potowski.
Milo Potowski. Yeah. Gotta head to my time calculator now. Oh, man. What a bad break for Pope Francis. 39-25, and you are right on, my friend. 39-25 for him. Man, oh, man, that is a frustrating goal heading into the half. Heading into the halftime break. And in the position for Pope Francis, where it was 0-0 for the longest of times, it is now going to be a 1-0 lead for the visitors heading into the halftime break. Coming up, we've got the halftime report. 10 seconds to go. These seconds will wear down. And that's going to be that. 4-3, 2-1. We're going to reach halftime. Cardinals down at the break by a goal. Frustration setting in. Bad ending to that first half for Pope Francis. 1-0 the score. I haven't put it up yet, but it's going to go up in a minute. As frustrating as it can get. Milo Potowski from Mount Greylock put it in. So, Dom, when you're sitting here at the half, you got to be thinking to yourself, what bad break would happen there? That was just a bad break for the Cardinals. What do we think, Dom?
I think the goalkeeper came out maybe a little too far and was unable to recover, seeing as he was all the way out at the 20-yard line, couldn't recover in time. It was fortunate, however, that it went off the post, but unfortunate the rebound came right to Milo Potowski and slams it home for the 1-0 lead for Monument.
Frustrating outcome in that opening half for what looked to be a promising opening half result with a 0-0. But it's 1-0. They're going to be down. Stay tuned. Champions play here. Back in a flash, exclusively on Pope Prep for the halftime report.
Halftime report here with Dominic Percy. Cardinals down 1-0 to Monument. Cardinals looking for a couple more shots on net in that first half. Unfortunately, Monument fires a unfortunate bounce, goes off the post and into the Cardinal net. A couple things Cardinals could improve on. A couple more shots on net. Could have a couple goals in the net. Other than that, pressure has been solid. Defense has also been solid. Wade Henderson looking for his second goal of the season. Got his first over the weekend at Comp. And, yeah. That's the halftime report. Dominic Percy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Cardinals down by 1 to begin the second half. You got to be sitting yourself saying, what the heck, man? They had such a good first half, really. Then they just couldn't stuff it home at all. In Monument Mountain, just as time was expiring, it's Milo Potosky with his third of the season, right?
Yeah.
Cardinals going to try to start this half out with a bang, but it's eventually going to go over everyone's head. Monument Mountain goal, his third of the season, scored by the freshman midfielder number 5, Milo Potowski. Time of the goal in the first half was 39 minutes, 25 seconds. It's Potowski at 39:25 to give the visitors a 1-0 lead. Right as I say that, it would have been funny if the Cardinals scored, but Fitzgerald will get it here. Big opportunity for them. Second half, wins become losses. Losses become wins in this half. Russ escapes. Russ with speed, moving it over. Vitavelli, Ryan Vito. Vitavelli. Cardinals trying to fire it in here, and it's going to be a cover-up. A save made by Monument Mountain. Just a frustrating break. I mean, Keegan Sears came out a little bit of his net, and that's fine. But the capitalization for Monument Mountain, striking on the mistake, huge. 1-0, that could be the final today. Cardinals need to get some offense going, or it's going to end in heartbreak today, and they'll fall to 7-4-1. Fans have filled here nicely. Alberto Trulio in the house. Davis does a spinorama, gets juked out of his own cleats, sends a man down to the turf. Cardinals looking for it. Vito trying to get there. Ferreira. Over to Orzelak. Joe Orzelak trying to keep it alive on the boundary. It's going to head out of bounds, and it's going to be visitor possession. Davis. Dias trying to cause some trouble. 1-0 the lead. Cardinals need some goals. Wegerson trying to steal it. Here's Wade Wegerson. He's got a clean break to the goal. Wade trying to fire a shot, and no! It goes just to the right of the net. Good opportunity for Wade Wegerson. He could have stuffed it home. He caught the Monument Mountain defense sleeping. Wegerson almost put it in. You didn't see him coming, and eventually he came out of nowhere. He had a clean break to the net, and he could not stuff it home. Great opportunity for the Cardinals. No goal to result of it. Man, oh man, that was close for Pope Francis, and it almost tied it up. Frustrating for Wegerson. Another missed chance, but it will be a corner. Walsh will try to fire it in here. Dias can't make the play, and Ferreira will take it at the 50. That would have been a highlight reel goal for Wade Wegerson. He stole it out of nowhere from the visitors' defense. It went in the other way, and it was bing bada boo, almost money in the bank for the Cardinals, but they couldn't do anything with it there. Here's the Dias trying to find Matt Walsh. Walsh looking for it here. Cardinals trying to make the play with Vitavelli. Vitavelli looking for it. Davis will try to chip it back to Orzelak. Joe Orzelak over to Dias. Back to Orzelak it goes. Here's Orzelak. Nick Dias. Dias over to Orzelak again. Little chip and go from our friend Orzelak. Head out of bounds. There'll be another corner coming in. Another opportunity for the Cardinals. Down 1-0. Corner coming in. It's the fifth one in the game. Just like the jersey number for Matt Walsh. So he can go in. That's the question. Walsh. Beaming kick. Trammell looking for it. OT. Owen Trammell deep in uncomfortable territory for Mountain. But eventually they're going to try to get it out of the way. Man tumbles down. And it's going to be a whistle. And I think they called Wegerson. I don't think he can believe it. And it's going to be Monument Mountain possession. Boy, oh boy. A frustration. They're a frustrating sequence of events for Wegerson there. Cardinals looking for it. They've got Ferreira. It's going to head out of bounds. Again, folks, glad you can join us. Dominic Percy joining us tonight. Here, guest of honor. He's not going to be a guest very much longer. He's just going to be a future, future voice of the Cardinals. That's right, folks. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Future voice of the Cardinals. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Dominic Percy. Doing good. He's going to take the lead commentator role very soon. We're going to assign him some games and get him going. I think I want to try him out on soccer and see how he does, but if he's willing to do it, of course. And I hope he's having fun, too, because that's the goal of this whole thing, just to have a little fun. Again, I'd like to thank the community for their support. I mean, Lots of people. I go out to the places and everything like that. I go to pick up a sandwich the other day. There's two Pope people there that I've never really come in contact with, but they knew who I was. It was great. Cardinals going to look for it. It's going to head down to near the ref. They'll stop play and make Ferrer just kick it back. 34-10, then go. We're flying along. Wegerson trying to capitalize now. Goes to Turmel. Here's Turmel. Turmel going to crank off the shoulder of a Monument Mountain player. Fitzgerald trying to find Wegerson. Wegerson back to Davis. Davis on the ground. The Wegerson, and eventually it goes just past his right cleat. Wegerson will try to get it back for Pope. That'll be Turmel trying to work it down the field for Wegerson. Wade looking for it. It's going to head out of bounds. Will it be a goal kick or a corner kick? It's going to be a goal kick coming in. Goal kick for Monument Mountain. Fans, our next game is until next week. That's right. You heard it from me, folks. I believe our next game is senior night for the girls. That'll be our next game. We'll be there live for you. We'll give you a pregame coverage for a traditional senior night setting for the class of 2024. One thing about high school for the freshmen here, Mr. Dominic Percy, it goes by fast. Let me tell you, I remember my first day walking into Pope Francis, and it feels like yesterday that happened, and now I'm here, almost ready to graduate. It feels crazy to me. Vitavelli to Davis. Davis looking for it, and it's going to head the other way. Yeah, our next home game isn't for a while, actually. It's boys soccer against Pittsfield. We'll be back Tuesday, October 17th. That's our next game. Tuesday, October 17th. Boys soccer against Pittsfield. We'll be live here with pregame and postgame coverage. So no matter where you are and however you may be listening to that broadcast, we will welcome you as the Cardinals here, down by a goal. They need to fight back. Cardinals looking for it. It's Vitavelli. Ryan Vito trying to fire a shot, and eventually it's going to be a save made by Monument Mountain. That was a big opportunity again for the Cardinals, and they cannot stuff it home. Ryan Vitavelli had the golden boot. It was going to be perfect, but it went just high of the net. Wegerson. That one's going to go out of bounds. So corner kick doesn't work. Cardinals in trouble. They've got to fight back now. This game could slip away.
Goal kick by Sicarbo.
Yep, so Sicarbo kicks it in.
Trying to get that to Irving Henderson. Doesn't work out.
Cardinals are really going to look for it here, and a little struggle to get it, though. Davis has it. Here's Ryan Davis. Davis to Ferreira. Ferreira to Orzelak. Ferreira. Back over to Russ. Bryce Russ. So, Dom, I ask you, what can the Cardinals do to fight back in this game? Down by a goal. They've had possession. The chances are coming very, very close, and they just can't capitalize. What do they have to do to get the goal and fight back in this game?
I think that their offensive pressure has been perfect the whole game. The couple shots they've gotten on net, unfortunately, they haven't gone in. If they get more shots on net, more pressure, I think they could end up winning this game, put a couple in the net, maybe win it 3-1, 2-1.
Davis kicking it over to Fitzgerald. Here's Braden Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking for space. It gets kicked back to Bryce Russ. There's Russ over to Ferreira. Andy Ferreira down the field. Cardinals trying to get there. It's going to head down the field, and it will be Braden Fitzgerald taking it in. Fitzgerald looking around, trying to move it up the other way. Davis trying to take it. Sam Graham warming up on the sidelines, trying to get ready to go. Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking for Walsh. Walsh over to Ryan Vito. Vitavelli to Walsh. Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to kick it down the field to Wegerson. Dias tried to get there as well. Russ will go airborne for it. Then eventually, before he can do anything else, hand goes up. Offside's called. 29:45 to go. Cardinals looking for it. It's a pressurous spot, pressurous moment. Sears has it. Again, that one mistake might cost him today. Sears came up a little bit out of his net. What do you think, Dom? You think that was a mistake on Sears' part? I think he just came up a little bit, right?
I think he played it right. It might have been a little too aggressive. Couldn't recover, unfortunately, and it costed him.
Here's
Could
Ryan
have been
Vito.
the game.
Yep, down the field is Ryan Vitavelli. Vitavelli trying to fire a shot. He scores! He scored! It's Ryan Vitavelli. Vitavelli at 28:59, and the Cardinals put it in. It's a boom, boom, boom bank goal for Ryan Vitavelli. Finally, the Cardinals have tied it. It is the Ninja, Ryan Vitavelli getting it done for the Cardinals. And just like that, we are all even. Even Steven, one apiece for Pope Francis and Monument Mountain. Huge goal for Ryan Vitavelli, the Ninja, who records on the season now. Ladies and gentlemen, that is his 7th goal of the season. So 7 for Ryan Vitavelli, and that was a beauty, Dom, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Taking it right down the field, going bottom right, putting it in, boom, 1-1, the score. Now, Dom, here's a lesson. Ready? We're going to go on the mic, and we're going to say the Pope Francis goal. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. 1 sec here. Let me just get my time right. There we go. 11 minutes, 1 second. Time in the goal for Ryan Vitavelli. Pope Francis goal, his 7th of the season. Scored by the junior forward number 9, Ryan Vitavelli. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 1 second. It's Vitavelli at 11 minutes, 1 second to make it a 1-1 game. How do you think I did, Dom? Well, I almost crashed my computer there, but how do you think I did?
Aside from the computer nearly crashing,
Yep.
I think you did great.
Okay, that's good. All right. Yeah, I think I took the microphone when I was going out to the stadium, and I just pushed it into my computer. Mr. Jeffrey wouldn't be too happy with me right now.
No, he wouldn't.
Bet you he's listening right now, so he's not going to be too happy with me in the morning. Cardinals trying to get there, trying to make the play with Wegerson. Wegerson try to go karate chop it in the air. Warzalak will try to feed it down back to Wegerson. Wegerson trying to just find it, and he does, deep into the light there. Gets back. Here's Trammell. Trammell to Davis. Ryan Davis with space and steam. He'll try to find his man Wegerson. Wegerson. Looking for Vito. Ryan Vito again, a shot, almost a lead on that golden left foot. But the save is going to be made by Monument Mountain. He had the opportunity, he spun around and fired a shot, but it went right into the chest of the keeper for Monument Mountain. Sam Graham having a hard time handling things, but eventually going to get kicked back, and Keegan Sears will cover up. So, Dom, you play hockey, you said, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what position do you play in hockey? I'm just curious.
I play defense, more specifically right defense.
Okay. Look out here. That was almost a goal, but they were offsides by just a handful. Just a little bit offsides. I'm just kidding. They were really offsides there. Leading the way for the offside call for the visitors was Irving Henderson. Henderson leading the team in goals. But eventually tonight he has been shut down, neutralized by the Pope Francis team as Wegerson has it. Here's Wade. Wade trying to get on the board for the first time tonight. Vitavelli has been a star of the game for the Cardinals. It's going to head out of bounds, and onto the track it goes. Davis looking for it. Graham goes over to Davis to Trammell. OT, Owen Trammell. Over to Andy Ferreira. Orzelak. Back to Ferreira. Ferreira to Russ. Bryce Russ has it. Russ looking down the field. Has Wegerson. Wade Wegerson. Over to Davis. Davis. Nice boot over to Vitavelli. Vitavelli trying to cross it out in front, and eventually Monument Mountain will clear. Still in a dangerous position. Graham has it. Graham's shot gets blocked by Monument Mountain. Blocking it there was Lorenzo Gonzalez. Davis trying to weave his way through Monument Mountain defenders. That looked good. Davis trying to find Vito again, but eventually the cover-up is going to be made by Monument Mountain. Ryan Vitavelli has had his fingerprints all over the second half in the comeback for Pope Francis. Well, throw in from the keeper for Monument Mountain. Cardinals would get there. Off the head like a boing over to Sam Graham. Rather a boomerang. I don't know what I said there. Cardinals still going to look forward here. That was a rough one for A.J. Gonzalez in the commentary there. Don Percy, don't do what I just did. Cardinals looking for it. Graham trying to get back there, and it's going to head out of bounds. 25 minutes to go. Flying along on Pope Prep. Corner kick coming in. Corner coming in. Monument Mountain trying to get their lead back. Cardinals trying to clear it out of harm's way, and they do. 24-25 to go. Second half. Game rolling along on Pope Prep. 1-1 is the score.
Thrown by Logan.
Trammell trying to get there. Monument Mountain, look out here, Russ. Luckily back there on the back ends for Pope Francis. Sam Graham and Vita Velli trying to race back there. Again, Vita Velli tonight. I mean, my gracious. He's been on both ends of the field making great plays for Pope Francis. And you've got to love it. I mean, the 13-year vet showing why he's been playing soccer for so many years. He can do it all for Pope Francis. Play back when they need to. Play up front. He's been the main reason why this is a 1-1 game. Vito tries a little bicycle down the field trying to hit Wegerson, and it heads out of bounds. It'll be Monument Mountain possession. Russ with the header over to Owen Trammell. Trammell looking for it. Goes back to Graham. Graham to Davis. Davis to Trammell. Trammell looking for it. That one, he gets ricocheted. Oh, that's going into the trees. Oh, boy. So, soccer ball lost. That was a tough one for Pope Francis there, so we'll have to pay some more money for a soccer ball. I mean, that ricocheted off a Monument Mountain player and went all the way into the woods. But somehow, they got the ball back. I don't know how that happened, but I'll focus what's on the field and not in the trees. Cardinals going to look for it. Monument Mountain have it. They're working up the field, trying to come back and take the lead again. 1-1 game. First goal was from Monument Mountain, and the first goal was from Milo Polsky. The second goal, Ryan Vitavelli tonight, and that is a 1-1 affair. A nice game here on Monday afternoon or Monday evening football. Davis. Over to Sam Graham it goes. Deep in the Cardinal end. It's Graham looking for it. Graham. Trammell. Trammell looking for it. Finds Wegerson. Wegerson down the field. Here's Ryan Vito. Vito looking for it. Vito trying to get there, but eventually it's going to be a cover-up and save for Monument Mountain. Ryan Vito's just been flying all over the field thus far. Been a huge difference maker. Vitavelli trying to get it again. Kicks back. Here's Trammell. Owen Trammell. OT. Looking around on the right side. Trying to chip it in over to Wegerson. Here's Wade. Wade trying to find Ryan Davis, but the pass is picked off. Intercepted here. Mount Greylock will try to Monument Mountain will try to take it the other way. Russ looking over, finding Matt Walsh. Walsh looking for space. Finds his man. It's Trammell. Trammell over to Davis. Ryan Davis. Davis trying to chip it down the field. And he's walking a little gingerly now. That left leg skipping around the field. Vitavelli trying to get there. He makes the play. Vitavelli still trying to go. Vito finally runs out of space. Monument Mountain have it. Looking down the field. Long ball. Sears going to play it out again, and this time he plays it comfortably. Can of corn rolls right to him. 20:15 to go. In this game, coming right down to the end. 1-1 game. Again, last time these two teams played, Monument Mountain took it by a score of 2-1. How fitting would it be if the Cardinals took this game by a score of 2-1? It's Wegerson. Wegerson's been a little unlucky tonight. Looking for another chance to get on the board and quote-unquote silence the doubters of this Pope Francis team, the 7-3-1 Pope Francis Cardinals. I said it right there. 19:45 to go. They've got the time. They just need to get one in and play good defense the rest of the way, and they'll be off with an 8-3-1 record. It's going to be a can of corn here and a save. I thought he went out of bounds to make that save. That is weird to me. Okay, he must have caught it in the air and got the feet in bounds. Questionable decision, but it's going to pay off for Monument Mountain. Cardinals looking for it down the field. It'll be Bryce Russ who will call off everybody, and Sears will finally be the ultimate one to cover up for Pope Francis. Sears, the senior, looking down the field. Finds his man, Davis. Davis over to Wegerson. Here's the big Wegs. Wegs over to Termel. Termel, the Vito. Here's Ryan Vito. Vito looking in, trying to find Wegerson. Going to get blocked away. Mr. Goda's dog doesn't like some of the dogs that have just arrived here. Wonder if we're going to have a dog fight after this. Have a little UFC fight down there. I think that Mr. Percy should go officiate. Be nice for him. All right, Tom. 18-23. Can Pope Francis get the goal? Can they get the golden goal here?
I think they can. Especially. Who's got the goal today? Vito. Especially Ryan Vito, who's got his first goal tonight. Maybe he'll look for his second one.
Vito trying to find Dias. Here's Nick Dias, the header. Wegerson trying to fire a shot, and it's going to go through the field goal post, takes a bump off the crossbar, and goes through. The kick would have been good for kicking a field goal, but instead, Wegerson again, missed opportunity for Pope Francis, and I think Dante Sherbin is getting ready to come into this game for Pope Francis. Or is that Gavin Grandma? I think it might be Gavin. Yeah, that's Gavin Grandma getting ready to come in on the sideline. You'll see him coming up here in the orange penny. There you go. Orzelak trying to get there with Dias. He's going to head out of bounds. And Grandma will come in. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the freshman number 30, Gavin Grandma. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the junior number 14, Nick Dias. So Dias is off. Grandma on. 17 minutes to go. Can Pope Francis pull off the comeback and win this game? Will it be a tie, or will Monument Mountain stun the Cardinals again, this time on Pope turf? Cardinals trying to get back. Monument Mountain with steam and space. Coming up the other way. Look out. Cardinals have to get back, but the referees will help them out. Some of the Pope players on the JV field saw it too. Put the hand up. Offside's called. Man, we're going to have a great ending here tonight on Pope Prep. 16:23 to go. Wegerson down the field. He has it. Wegerson over to Termel. Here's Owen Termel to Sam Graham on the right wing. Graham to Wegerson. Wegerson tried to stuff it home, and now they're going to be called for offsides. Wegerson and Grandmont were in an offside position. Man, oh man. 15:52 to go. Cardinals had the goal that could have been the sealer. They could not stuff it home again. Opportunity still coming in. Can Pope Francis finally get the goal they need? Orzelak. It's been a possession clinic here in the second half. All Pope Francis. Again, Don Percy along with us tonight, along with Matt Zenda and Caleb Gilmet. Not sure where Caleb Gilmet went. Oh, must be on the roof. Hope he's okay, whatever he's doing. No school today. Again, from the Pope Francis family here, I'd like to wish you a very happy Columbus Day / Indigenous Peoples Day. Cardinals looking for it. They have it. Wegerson. Over to Walsh. Matt Walsh trying to fire at a shot. Blocked, and Monument Mountain will clear again. Saved by the bell there, where Monument Mountain. Cardinals get it with Davis. He keeps it in bounds, stays in play. Davis with the shake, the bake, looking to break some ankles too. The quick footwork from Davis will earn him possession back. Excellent from Ryan Davis. Davis trying to fire on a little shot here to Wegerson. Wade Wegerson trying to do some work deep near the goal, and Monument Mountain will clear away. Another good opportunity. Cardinals still can't cash in. 1-1 game. Coming right down to the end. Vito Belli. The Ninja has it on the right wing. Vito looking around. He's going to try to center it out to Wegerson. Wegerson has it. Turnaround shot. Save made by Monument Mountain. Another big opportunity. Cardinals can't cash it in. Graham. Over to Vito. Ryan Vitavelli. Over to Walsh it goes again. Walsh looking for Ryan Vitavelli. Ninja on the right sideline. Trying to do something here. It's going to head out of bounds. Pope will regain possession once more. Cardinals going to try to get possession before we can do anything else. Whistle will blow. Come on, Pope. That's what one fan says in the stands. Can't agree more. Davis with the free kick. We've seen him do damage before, wearing that famed number 7, like his idol Cristiano Ronaldo. Here's Davis. Davis will just leave it off, trying to let Vito strike. Cardinals looking for it. Kicks back to Davis. Davis trying to fire a shot. Goes off the back end of his cleat and heads onto the track. We're going to get 3 Monument Mountain subs coming in. Clock continues to roll. Tie game. Can the Cardinals break through and break the tie? Feels like they're gonna. Just waiting for that moment.
Goal kick by Sakaro. Trying to find Whiteman. Fails to do so.
You know, that was a nice. This goalie for Monument Mountain here, he's been good for them all night. I mean, that one break from Vita Valley, that was just a nice shot. Not much he could do. As look out here, that could be troublesome. Sears comes out of his net and makes the save. Big one for Keegan Sears, the senior captain, or excuse me, the senior keeper. Covers up, makes the save. 11:50 to go. Dias getting warmed up on the sidelines, ready to come back into this one. Andy Ferreira looking for it. Vito trying to get there as well. Termel down the field trying to find Wegerson. Here's Wegs. Wegs looking for it. It'll head out of bounds off of Monument Mountain. It'll be a Sam Graham throw-in coming in. Did you record the first goal, Matt?
Yeah.
Wegerson looking for space. Wegs kicking it back. Finds Davis. Ryan Davis trying to farve one in here. Falls to Termel. Takes a weird bounce out over Termel's head and rolls into the midst of Monument Mountain. Dias really getting ready to come in now. Warming up. Ramping the warm-up, rather, on the sideline. And head down the field. Monument Mountain looking for it. Goes past Graham and out of bounds. Russ has played the entire game for Pope Francis tonight, along with Ferreira and Orzelak. Orzelak looking downfield, trying to find Walsh down there. Russ will take it in again. Looks for Orzelak. Here's Joe. Joe to Grandma. Grandma looking around. Cardinals with space. Orzelak looking for it. Grandma trying to get there as well. Davis trying to find it. It's going to go the other way. Here comes Monument Mountain on the right wing, trying to take the lead back. It'll be Russ with some nice defense. Kicks over to Monument Mountain again, and that's going to be an offside call. It'll head out of bounds. 9:53 to go. And counting. We're going to get the sub for Pope. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the junior, number 14, Nick Dias. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the freshman, number 30, Gavin Grandma. So Grandma off. Nick Dias back in. I didn't say Nick Burns, right? I didn't say that? Okay, good. I'm just checking. I thought I completely messed up the poor kid's name. Cardinals coming in, trying to find Termel, and that's going to be a quick play here. Look out. Monument Mountain with steam down the field. They score! No! Cardinals defense caught in the snooze. Monument Mountain makes them pay, and with 9:07 to go, the frustration continues to set in. Man, that was frustrating for Pope Francis. Just not what they wanted there. It's Irving Henderson getting on the board, and we've got a timeout. Timeout taken by Pope Francis, down now 2-1. 9:07 to go. Cardinals in a rut. Let's see if they can come back and tie it again and at least sneak out of here with a draw, exclusively on Pope Prep. Next, you're watching Pope Prep on YouTube. This is where the champions play.
9:07 left to play in the second half. Pope waiting for Monument to come back on the field.
Total gut-wrencher for the Pope Francis Cardinals. Felt like they were going to score and take the lead there. But for Pope Francis, Irving Henderson records his 7th of the year. And just like that, you could hear a pin drop in this place. 9:07 to go. Cardinals down 2-1, thanks to Irving Henderson scoring his first of the night for the visitors at the 30:53 mark. We're ready to play again. Monument Mountain goal, his 7th of the season, scored by the senior forward number 21, Irving Henderson. Time of the goal, 30 minutes, 53 seconds. It's Henderson at 30:53 to give Monument Mountain a 2-1 lead. All of a sudden, it has gotten very quiet in this building. Frustrating outcome right now for the Pope Francis Cardinals. Can they fight back again and make it a 2-2 game? Cardinals trying to get there, trying to make the play. 9:07 to go. The clock has stopped. Not sure what's happening on the field. Well, now it's back up. Which means now that we are going to be officially on referee time. Timing's a little bit off. Orzelak will try to make the play. Frustrating night thus far for Pope Francis. Have had so many golden chances. They've got to keep fighting here. A little miscommunication from Ferreira and Orzelak, but luckily Sears is there to cover up and make the save.
Wade with it now. Wade. Can't find anybody.
Cardinals do get possession, though. 8:15 to go. Can the Cardinals tie this thing up again? They did it before. They're going to have to rely on that man. You know him, folks. Ryan Vitavelli. Russ trying to get there. It's going to be taken in by the Monument Mountain. I think it's the Monument Mountain Spartans, if I'm not mistaken. Someone wants to look that one up. Dias. Looking over to Wegerson. Wegerson to Davis. Davis kicking back. Vito trying to find Walsh. Wegerson trying to get there. Wade looking for his second. Wegerson, second of the year on his foot. No, he can't stuff it in. Got to keep fighting. These fans starting to get a little restless here. Graham looking downfield. Frustrating result right now. The result holds here. Pope Francis would drop to 7-4-1. Monument Mountain would improve to 8-2-2 on the season. It'd be a sweep of the Cardinals this year for Monument Mountain. Russ has it at the 50. Looking downfield. Trying to find his man, Walsh. Walsh tried to take it. So did Termel. Orszlak. It's over to Walsh. Walsh has it. 6:32 to go. Wegerson. Big moment. Here's Wade. Wade trying to fire at a shot. Save made by Monument Mountain. Kind of sums it up right now. Cardinals are going to need to say a prayer to come back and tie it and come back and win it. That would be one thing for sure. Would be an all-timer for this Cardinal team. Orszlak sends a man down on the turf. No call. Orszlak still trying to get there. It'll head out of bounds. Smartly, he'll play it in. Looking downfield. Trying to find Matt Walsh.
Orszlak tossing it in Davis. Davis, find Orszlak. Back to Vitavelli.
You know, you got to be sitting here just frustrated right now. Down 2-1. What was a 1-1 game? Cardinals need a goal fast. There's 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Shot here. That could be it. Oh, what a save. Oh, my gracious. What a save made. That could be the dagger. That was an unbelievable save.
Made by Marco Kaneko.
Kaneko, have yourself a night, man. He's been made save after save tonight. Just an unbelievable performance from Monument Mountain. What a shot that was from Pope Francis. Almost stuffing it home, but they can't. Wegerson gets it back here. Going to try to fire in a curler, but that's a can of corn, comparatively speaking, to the last shot. Clock stops at 5 minutes. This means we are now on officials' time. It'll be official time from here on in to decide this game. What a night for the Monument Mountain keeper. Marco Kaneko. That may be the save of the best save I've seen in a while in high school soccer. That was unbelievable. Took a goal away, went high up in the air. It seems that it's going to be Monument Mountain's night. Cardinals in the next 5 minutes are going to need to come back. It could be a dagger here. Milo Pazowski, one of the goal scorers for Monument Mountain tonight, will try to do something. Termel, the Cardinals are just going to try to tie it up, but it heads out of bounds. Mistake by Termel. That's going to be Monument Mountain taking possession. Russ. Looking for space. Sam Graham. So we're looking at 3.5 to go in this game. For Monument Mountain now, it's just going to be a how much can they waste the clock type of scenario. It's going to head out of bounds. It should be Pope possession here. Hang on. Unbelievable. Goes out on Monument Mountain and they get possession. Incredible. Oh, boy. Horrendous. And I hate to say that, too. That is horrendous. Unreal. And Pope Francis now, with less than 3 minutes to go, they've got to get one here. Look out. That could be the dagger. Rush trying to clear. Chaos in the crease. And eventually it's going to head over the net. How the official didn't see that, that is unbelievable to me. Cardinals have got to work quickly here. And Ferrero, they've got to move to try to tie this thing up. Whistle will blow. High kick from Ferreira, and it's going to be Monument Mountain who are going to take possession, not for long. Trammell looking downfield, trying to find Bryce Russ, and eventually it's the visitors who take it in. Russ on defense, moves over to Davis. Ryan Davis, chipping it down the field. He's got Ryan Vito. Vito trying to tie it up. Vito looking. Wegerson scores! Wade Wegerson with the goal. It's not even Steven. It's tied up. They're all tied up now. The Cardinals now are going to have about 2 minutes to go to get the lead. It is a tie game thanks to Wade Wegerson, who scores his second of the season for Pope Francis. Big result, and it's a tie game for the Cardinals. Wade Wegerson, a golden goal to tie it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cardinals might get something out of this. Unreal. Big goal from Wade Wegerson. Ladies and gentlemen, how about that? Man, oh man, what a goal from Pope Francis, but they've got to work quick.
Monument with possession now.
Pope Francis goal, his second of the season, scored by the senior number 10, Wade Wegerson.
Monument trying to find some pressure.
Wegerson's goal makes it a 2-2 game. Cardinals have to get back. 2-2 tie. Here we go. These are the moments we live for. It's going to be a corner kick coming in for the visitors. Big opportunity for the Cardinals and Monument Mountain. A corner kick coming in. Can they take the lead back again? And it's a game that has been incredible thus far. Cardinals need D. Cardinals trying to find it with Orzelak. Walsh trying to get there. And that's it. Game over. 2-2 tie is how we're going to end it tonight. That is it. This game ends in frustration. Cardinals come back to tie it. 1-0 went Monument Mountain, and the Cardinals tied it up. And it became 2-1 for Monument Mountain and 2-2. Both teams will walk off frustrated. 2-2 tie is how we're going to end it tonight. That was one exciting end of that game with the Wegerson goal and the Vito Velli goal as well in the second half. And that's it. Cardinals draw. So with that, teams will have different records now. Cardinals will move to 7-3-2 on the season. Monument Mountain will move to 7-2-3 on the season. So that's going to do it. Coming up, we've got the Cardinal postgame. Stay tuned. Champions play here, back in a flash, exclusively on Pope Prep. For Dominic Percy, I'm AJ Gonzalez, the voice of the Cardinals. We'll see you in the postgame in about a minute. Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. 2-2 final. Ends in a tie. Frustrating result for these two teams. Could have been a win tonight for both sides. They'll have to watch the film and think it over as they head into their next game. Any closing thoughts here, Dom?
I think Pope played pretty well in the game. Unfortunately, they couldn't get multiple by Kaneko. Monument had a couple shots that went in. Fortunately, Pope had most of the pressure during the game and couldn't stuff home another one to take this game home with a W.
Yeah, you're watching here these highlights that we've had for you tonight. Cardinals trying to put it in. They did with Ryan Vitavelli. It was a nice goal, bottom left. That was a huge one for Pope Francis. As we're just trying to get the highlight board up here. I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, for Pope Francis tonight, 2-2 result is what they get. So they don't lose, but they tie against the visitors in Monument Mountain. It took the first game from them 2-1 back at Monument Mountain. This goal was just frustrating. Keegan Sears, just one that he's going to want to forget, went off the post originally. He thought the Cardinals were saved, and eventually it went in. But Ryan Vitavelli came back to neutralize it real quick. Bottom left, actually in the middle. There was a miscue there from the visiting goaltender. It was misplay, really. And then here, the second one from Pope Francis. It was Wegerson. Or actually, no, that was just a save. Excuse me, rather. That was a close chance. Sorry, we're just trying to get our highlights board back up and working. I believe this is the goal. Yeah, that would make sense. It was just a Cardinals caught sleeping there on that side. It was Orzelak, Ferreira, the two that were really caught the most there. Cardinals tried to get it. And then it went the other way. And it was Wegerson who put it in to tie it. And that's how we end tonight. So, it ends in a 2-2 result. Cardinals will look forward to their next game. The next game we'll see them is October 17th, and that's the next time we're going to be in action. And that's just going to do it. I think that's it. I think that sums it up. 2-2 tie. Cardinals night ends in a tie. Not the way they wanted to end it, though. We'll see you Tuesday, October 17th for Caleb Gilmet and for Matt Zenda and for my new friend. Say your name, my friend.
Dominic Percy.
Dominic Percy, the next voice of the Cardinals. I'm AJ Gonzalez, the current voice of the Cardinals, saying so long from Springfield. 2-2 tie. We'll see you October 17th for more soccer this fall season. Good night and see you soon.